Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 6 of Stoneblock 3. I have not been able to record for a little while, and I've been doing some decorating. Yes, I've decided to spend some time prettying up the base since I couldn't do anything really significant, though I did do 3 project chests. Oop, there's a little peek there. You might have seen that. Yeah, this box is just to hide what I've been doing until we're ready to reveal it. And I think we are in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! That was fun to set up. All that was a builder here set to destroy, and a button that triggered it from a remote over here. I'll take all that down. But yes, if you notice, my setup here is exactly the same as it was, with the where the chickens used to be, and just the minimum drawers, and the crafter over there. But yes, I have done the place up. Yeah, there's the mob room back there. I haven't moved anything. I've just expanded and decorated. So yeah, this is my long hallway out into the distance. Some balconies we can take a look around. Yeah, I think it came up sort of nice. Just a big room. That's all it is, but it's a nice big room. And hallways here. Oh, I got 4 project chests. I forgot about this one. Yeah, we'll come back to that one in a bit. Down here at the end, I've got like a room that overlooks. This is sort of similar to another warehouse that I've done in the past. Longtime viewers may recognize. Just decorated differently. Did this back wall. I got all these. Just put the various items on these shelves here. Not of any significance. Just varied appearance. There's nothing up here in the room that overlooks the floor. Exit sign. This way to the factory floor. But yeah, this is mostly white concrete, some framed blocks. These are framed block frame block bars that I put blue glass on. I thought that made a nice railing, a little different. These stripy walls are actually clay from the chipped mod. Chipped mod adds a number of these tables, which you can put in a material like, let's say this concrete I'm using for the floor. I can't do the concrete. I thought it could. I'm sure I can just do stone, right? Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. That's botanics. That one's for, I think the clay has to go in there, but this one would be for concrete? No. Stone? No. Okay. Well, find the clay. I know the clay works. Clay. Okay, there we go. So now we've got all these various textures. This is the plain clay pillar that I used for the stripy walls. There's a bunch of textures there. I could do like a checkerboard. So you can make some nice textures with that. Some glass doors, some framed pressure plates, obsidian pressure plates that I painted the same as the floor pattern there, which is archwood in blue. I set these up just to get some of the archwood. Didn't put down the purple, but yeah, so we do have 680 of the niotic crystals now, which we only needed 391, so that one is done. And that one's done. And we could do a few more as well. I want to make a new anvil. Or do I have an anvil? No. Because I broke one. Pop that up. There has been an update to the pack. I remember I was saying that with these things, you couldn't have anything in here that has a EMC cost of over 2 billion because you couldn't pull it out. Well, they changed something, and they changed a number, set it up to the maximum So you can pull anything out of these things. But that broke my setup here. Something about the RF Tools scanner was that if you had something like stone, this was the most obvious one to me that I noticed first. I have stone in here, and I probably have some stone in some of these chests that when I put it back in my system, it goes to the chests first. So it turned out if you, with the settings they changed it to, if you had the stone or anything in these, and you also had it in the chest, it would not show up here. It would be at the bottom of the list as an empty slot. If you're playing at the pack and you have the same setup, and you scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's blank space, those are going to be all the items that you have both in a link and in a chest. Oh, we got one of these guys. Nope, go away. I should put up the sign. One of them ruined my setup. I had that box set up with the button to make it disappear. He wandered in and stepped on it. I was somewhere else, and I hear as it deletes the box. Thankfully, I had this guy, the copy-paste gadget, which if I have the stone, a stone pressure plate, and one piece of redstone on me, I can put it back down and re-trigger it. So I could test it before I recorded. Handy little gadget. Anyway, yes. Yeah, I was going to show you the decoration and start some project chests. All right, so eeny, meeny, miny, let's do this one, because this is where we left off. I actually did record setting up the next step, but the audio was bad. I mentioned that the last episode. And since that episode got cut up, and I just had that one little piece, I'm just going to do it over again now, in the nicer environment. All right, so over here I've got these guys. The only change is they're now powered by a nitro cable with a gate. I don't think that was there before. And though I took out the aqueous accumulator, and we're going to do this trick with the ultimate fluid tank. I don't think you've seen this. I think this was in the bit that I cut out. So this is the ultimate fluid tank. It has an input and an output. And this button down here is very important. It says both fill or empty. We want it on empty because now when I put this up here, it will instantly fill it. This is the Evertide amulet from Project E. And by setting this to empty, it won't move it down to the output when it's finished filling. It'll just keep it up there and keep filling the tank. It's a very fast, unlimited water supply. Don't have a sink in this pack. We do have this. And we can take the configurator. There's my configurator. And if we crouch right-click this, it turns a lighter purple. Those edges, those markings on the side. Now it's not changing. There, lighter. And when it's lighter, it should be pushing water out. The fact that it's running now means it probably was out of water, and setting that to that lighter color purple. There's no tooltip or any other indication that you've set it to push, but it does make it work. You can also, of course, have this thing pull, which I do have it set to, so that'll work as well. But I think it is pushing. I don't know which one is faster in this case. Either way, you don't need a pipe. All right, so what we're going to do is two things here, and they're going to be slightly interconnected. What we want to do is automate the plastic processing. So we're going to need a crafter, a furnace. We're going to take an augment. It's going to need some power, and we're going to need some laser nodes. So I'm going to put the crafter there. I'm going to need both these power because it needs some power. And I'm going to put the furnace here. It's going to be slightly different than what I did before. That just vanished on me. Is it actually there? Oop. No, it's back in my inventory. Oh, yeah, I can't put it on there because it's running in coal mode. You take the augment, click it on there. Now it can take power, and I can stick that on. I'm going to set it to auto split on so it spreads the items out across all the slots. We're going to take 2 laser nodes. Now, if I put this right here, I'd only need 1 of these nodes, but I want to use it for something else as well. So I'm going to use 2, which means I need my laser wrench. This guy will be the primary. This is the secondary. They should be linked. They are. And now we can program it. I'm going to want to get some of my card overclockers and some of these filters. All right, in here, I've got 2 recipes set. Actually, I've got lots of stuff in here from when I set it up before. I've got dry rubber. That's the one we want. Set it up to export the results. And if I take some of the dry rubber out of here, I can... Oh, it's on. There, turn it off. And now I can remember. So now these slots will remain only tiny dry rubber. Now, just because we're going to be having other things coming in here, I'm going to also set this side to remember glass panes. I'll just put them back in there. No, they don't have glass panes in there. Forget that. Forget that. Remember those. We need glass. That's not for this side, but it is for the next side, and I want those slots filled and blocked. Okay. Take it out. Put it away. Just by doing that, remember, it'll keep anything else from going in there and preserve room for when I start doing the glass panes. For now, just the trying to dry rubber, and it's going to output the dry rubber. I'll take that with me. So over here, we want to insert. Got some extra inserts here. And we could use filters or we could use colors. Let's go ahead and use some of the channels. We'll use white for this one. So we're going to extract over here on white and insert over here. That should be filling. Yep. And for the extract, just to make it faster, we can toss 4 of these cards in and set the transfer speed fully up. There you go. So it's already put all that rubber. Now it's coming in just fine. All right. So now we're going to have an extract. We'll just change the color to orange. And that will be coming over here. This will be insert on orange. Well, this will have to run before that we see anything. There it goes. There's the output. Did I do anything wrong? Extract on orange. We might as well make it extract quickly. And over here it's insert orange. Ah, yes. This is the furnace. It can't go in the side. That's where fuel goes. It has to go in on the top. So we'll do that. Now it should be... Oh, not the down. That was on the up. On the top side. There it goes. All right, now we're going to extract. We'll do this in the purple. Now again, we'll speed it up. And I want a drawer here, and we will insert, and I probably didn't do that fast enough, so we got some of the tiny dry rubber. Still getting tiny dry rubber. set it to purple. Insert purple. It should not get the tiny dry rubber. So this one's extracting. It needs to extract on the down. There, it's getting... I don't know how it was getting the tiny dry rubber. That should not have been possible. Because this is extracting on the redstone channel 0. And this is inserting on redstone channel 2. Oh, maybe the redstone, maybe that's not for different colors like it is for... Let's go right back around to white and see if this goes up. It's at 110. Toss that in there. 113. So, okay, so yeah, those colors are not, as I thought, for channels. So I might as well just put them all back up to white. It should be fine without the filters because the only thing that can go in here is glass and tiny dry rubber. So all the tiny dry rubber will go here. Tiny dry rubber cannot go in here. Only the big rubber can. And the only thing that can go in here now that it's filled is plastic. So I think that's done. That will now run continuously. And in fact, because I do set things up in advanced, it already has to the tune of... Rotate. Can I rotate? I can't rotate. I can pick up and put back down, though. 53,000 rubber. Plus this. Yeah, I have... Oh, excuse me, not rubber. Plastic. I have more plastic than I will ever need. But even though it was running, look, we're up to 914,000 buckets of latex. And I'm not even running the watches of time on this anymore. It's just being powered by RF, so it runs fairly speedy. So each one of those gives us 10. I think it's 10. So it adds up over time. And it has been a few days. All right, so next stage. This one's a little simpler, but far more useful. Now, we're going to make one of, since we're over here and dealing with the latex and so forth, we're going to make one of the things we will need for the end of the pack. Getting ahead of ourselves here. So I'm going to break this block and put down an EMC link. And I'm going to teach it these items. And I'm going to get them back. Oh, a left click gets you a stack. A right click gets you one. Just don't shift click or it will erase the slot. And I'm going to put a node on top. And I can use this drawer now for out here. All right. So what we're going to do is from the down, we're going, well, let's do everything else first and then start putting materials into it. Over here we want, and I forgot to grab one, just one, a recipe card. So we're going to do an insert with a recipe. And that recipe is one furnace, one crafting table, one glass, no glass, one redstone, two redstone, two redstone, one diamond gear, and two glass panes. There we go. That is the recipe. But we don't have glass panes. They have no EMC because they would have less than one EMC because they're so much cheaper than glass, which has an EMC of 1. So we need to put the glass into the crafter. So insert, filter, glass. So this should now, well, it will fill up with glass once I start extracting it from the link. Toss that in there, and it will create glass panes using this recipe, and they'll come in the output. So then we need to extract just the glass panes. But I think we're okay because nothing's inserting over here except the recipe. Yes, and this, we'll set this one up before we export to it, so that should be fine. So we don't think we need to filter that. All right, so now on the down, we'll just have an extract, and we'll speed it up. We should be filling, there it goes. Is it 2? I've forgotten. Uses of diamond gear in a dissolution chamber. Yeah, okay, it is 2 diamond gears. So go in here and 2. There it goes. And that makes a add-on processing tier 2, which I will go over here. Nope, not there. Put into there. Now I can say to export and insert into there. Okay, so that should... Oh, and have to export. Nope, wrong. This side. Export, and again, don't really need to speed this one up, but I will just on general principles. All right, so this should be making, yep, making the processors. Or what are these called again? Processing tier 2s. I also had this running, so that's what this other cardboard box is. So we'll take this one out, put down this one, and once again, it's got the direction wrong. I have 104,000 of them, plus these. I did have the Watches of Flowing Time over here for a bit, and that made a huge difference. And that is more, I think we only need 74,000, so yeah, this one is now done as well. So I don't really need to run it, but I'll leave it there for now in case we want to come back and look at it. So I'm just going to dump these in there. And put that away. All right, project chest complete. Oh, I took this manual thing over here, and I stuck one of my motors on it. That motor I made over in that thing before. And piped andesite and stripped logs, which can be made with EMC. Andesite goes out the top, and stripped logs come out the bottom. They go in here. Andesite is in the hand. And if I look at this and scroll wheel up, it goes bang, 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 and I've got 123,000 of these andesite casings. I thought, hey, maybe I want to decorate with them or something. But I don't really need any more now, so I will turn that off. All right, we got this one, we got that one, and we got that one over there. Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's do this one. All right, so one of the other materials we're going to need is hemp. Yeah, as I said in like the first episode, we need like 14 million hemp. So getting that going would be a good idea. I've got some hemp seeds. You get that by bone mealing grass, blunk, and breaking the tall grass, and I got these from that. And these are the hemp seeds, which I already have a stack here. Some bone meal. All right, I've got photogenic insulators. These are growers, basically. And I'm going to power them from below with some niotic cable. 9 is enough. Place those down, put the gate underneath there in the middle. So that should all be powered, and now we can put these on top. There they are. Now they can take some augments to speed them up, and I've decided to go with, whoop, that put that in there. I've got these down here below. The resonant integral components. Recipe requires inderium and lumium and hardened glass, and this takes electrum and signalum and invar, and these are all things that are easy to do in your inventory because I have fire charges, so I can just make a couple, put them in my links, and move on. And even the gears I put in there too. And then I put all 3 of these things in there so I can make more of them. This one also takes electrum plates, which do not have an EMC, therefore this doesn't, so I just had to make these. And I went ahead and made 2 sets. And these are the cyclical processing. Also no EMC because they have silver and constantan plates. Signalum gear is okay, but plates we can't do. So yeah, so just go in here and I just put 1, 2, and 1. Do that in each one, and that will increase their speed. I don't know if there's any other combination that's better than this, but this should be well and truly good enough. And was pretty easy to do. Now these all need water as well. And they'll need bone meal. To keep this compact, I think I'm going to use laser nodes as well. Is that what I want to do? Because I need to get both. I've got power coming at the bottom. I need to get items and fluids into them. If I took the one out in the middle, I could run it around the sides and on the top. Or I can just use nodes. So I'll just use nodes. They need to be linked together. Make the middle one the primary. There we go. And every one of these on the down will need a fluid insert and a item insert for the bone meal. I don't think I really need to modify them in any way. We'll find out if that's the case. Alright, that's the last of those. Now we need a source of water and a source of the items we need. And that we can get from these. We have a link to put there. And I've got another one of these ultimate tanks, which we'll set to empty. Toss a thing in it. And I don't really need to hit it because it's going to be yoinked out by a card. So this will be an extract, and we want some of those speed upgrades. Control and shift click. Left click goes up by 1,000. Okay, that should be pulling water out, and they should all be getting water. Yes. And then over here, we're going to do an item extract. And again, I will speed it up. And in here, we put bone meal. They should now all have bone meal. All right, now the cyclical processing. When the seed grows another seed, it will put it back in until this is full. And then the excess will, well, it should. It did not. Products may be transferred to input on process completion. It worked in testing. Well, let's give these all a seed. I guess maybe it just keeps, no, because each had, in my testing, had a full stack eventually. Oh, mouse, I think, needs a new battery. It's getting a bit hard to control. Alright. But we're getting the hemp. Now we just need somewhere to put the hemp. And I did have a drawer here. I'm going to use a 1x2 drawer. So it has room for, let's grab some hemp, seeds, and hemp. And then we just need to click the top of that one and say extract. No, insert. Go around again. There we go. Now there should be... Oh, yeah, I forgot. All of these on the down need an extract. And I guess I can put speeds in those. So let me do that. Okay. They are all in. That's the one downside. The laser I/O is very useful, but the whole system of cards is clumsy. And as far as I know, there's no way to duplicate a node's setup to another node. I would be very interested if there was. If you know, leave a comment. Alright, so that is now running, and we see we already got almost 1,000 hemp. But of course, if we get out the watches of flowing time I've got, and I'm just going to slap them here on the back, open them up, turn them on. 1K. Look at the seeds. Well, the seeds were going up. Oh, because now this drawer is probably at its max. There it goes. Look at that fly. 4,000. 4,500. 5,000. Yeah. That will get to 1 million very quickly because, of course, it did. So let's break that one. Put this one down. I probably will have to turn it around for judging. Yep. Don't know why that happens, because it was in the exact same spot when I picked it up. I've got 28 million plus what's in this drawer, which I may not even bother to move over, because 28 million is almost twice what we need. It is twice what we need. Oh, wow. Yeah, this was an effective setup. It did not take it long at all. I should turn those off before I pick them up, but that's okay. We will use them again shortly. And that is that for that project chest. So we've got all the hemp we could ever want. And I will put these back in their bag for the time being. And this drawer, you know, I'm just going to trash it. Bye-bye. And put that away. All right, we've got 2 more project chests. This one's close by, so we'll do this one. Now, I don't really have a place to put this one permanently, but sort of like that one, I could probably tear this down right now. I'll leave it up there to the end of the episode, but for next episode it will be gone, because it's served its purpose. That's sort of the philosophy of how I'm tackling this pack. Instead of setting up every possible automation we need to make all this stuff and have it all running concurrently, I do, instead of a breadth first, I'm doing a depth first. I finish each one hard and fast, tear it down, and move on to the next one. So, rapid succession of project chests. You can see why I wanted to play this pack. Next, source gems. Because we need them for some other things. So I thought we would do that next. And I have got... I didn't even put this one in the box. Whoop, no spoilers. I've got a different setup than I've done previously because I wanted to try out these volcanic source links. So let me get all these parts and we will start setting things up. So how do I want to arrange this today? I'm going to have 8 of these volcanic source links. We'll need a block of some sort. I guess we'll just use our flooring material. We have some source jars. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place down 6 of these laser nodes. They are being very handy. Going to have a drawer for our output. One of the links for an input. That looks good. Going to have, I have 8 jars. Yeah, and 6 imbuement chambers. So the 6 imbuement chambers are going to go here. Then we're going to have a block there. I'll put the jars around the block. Then I'm going to put a pressure plate there and a smart chute from Create on top of the pressure plate. And then the volcanic source links around here. The exact placement for a lot of this stuff doesn't really matter. Ars Nouveau doesn't, it has a range I think of about 3 for what it's doing, but I just thought this was a aesthetically pleasing arrangement. Now, on top of this we will have the other source link, which is, oh, there it is in my, for some reason I didn't see it in my inventory there for a moment. And I made one of these advanced demagnetization coils, which is pretty easy to make, but it lets you assign something to not get picked up. And for fuel, let's use Eternalist fuel, because, hey, why not? So we're going to whitelist this. That means it will prevent me from picking up Eternalist fuel in a 5x5x5 area around it. You can sort of see, when I'm looking at it, you can sort of see a cube there. But that covers this space in the middle. And we're going to look here at this filter and scroll up with my scroll wheel once. So we want it to just drop 1 at a time. And I think we can go ahead and get that part started by tossing in the Eternalist fuel. Now it's dropping it, and these guys are going to pick it up. The pressure plate sends a redstone signal, which you can see it lighting up when there's something on the plate. That prevents it from dropping another. So it can only drop 1 at a time. This is useful for a lot of different mods. But it should, let's see, these are filling up. I guess it's going to keep going until all of these are filled with source. Meanwhile, we'll go down here and set up these. Do I want to do nodes, or do I want to try just doing pipes? I have to arrange it slightly differently. Yeah, I guess I'll just do the pipes. I mean, I'd do the nodes. So we need an input and an output for all of them. It'd just be a little bit messier to have. I know, I think, alright. For some reason now, when I hold down my Ultramine, it whistles at me. It's very annoying. I don't know what about. Now any number is doing it. What? Any key I'm pressing is making it whistle. Alright, I hit the Ultramine. It's like the tilde key is a toggle. Maybe there's a new keybind in here on that key. Call for luggage. Ah, okay, there it is. So we'll just hit escape and clear that. Okay, now I'm free of it. Alright, so I'm just going to use pipes instead of the nodes this time. And I will get... No, I don't think I need these. We'll be fine with just regular pipes. We're going to have some outputs here. I'm going to disconnect it from that. These will be outputs. Put them on the bottom. They will go into the drawer. And I'm going to get a lapis, because that's what we're going to be converting. Toss it in here and it should change pretty quickly to a source gem. There it is. I could put that in here so it can only take those. That way I won't extract the lapis. And then put a pipe here, but disconnect it there. And we'll just sort of run it around the sides. So it's not going to be as compact as if I'd used the nodes, but it's a whole lot faster to set up. And then I just need one more piece of lapis so I can program the link. And now it should be running. Puts lapis in there. Turns into source gems, and they go into here. Now it's using fuel again. Alright, so that is it. And yes, I did run it as I do. So let's swap this out for what I have, which is 315,000. And the reason why it is so many is because watches. Watches work so well. And I just have 3 of them. That may be all I ever need because of the way I'm going depth first. So put them there. Actually, I probably want to put them a little higher. Oops. Bang, bang, bang. I'll put them here. That should reach everything. They could all run faster. I think. Oh, wait there. I don't think that's going to be a problem for them to be connected like that, but this one isn't getting anything. Oh, probably because I do need to now put speed upgrades. Now that it's running so much faster, I'll need a speed upgrade there so it can provide enough lapis. Yep. I don't think I need to upgrade these. They seem to be doing just fine. So we'll leave them as they are. And if you do want to turn the whole thing off, I can put a lever there that will jam the chute and prevent it from feeding anymore. And they're already empty. All right, turn it back on again. And running at this speed, I probably would need to set it up to maybe dropping 8. Yeah, that works pretty well. Now it's gaining source again. Oh yeah, well, it just sort of updated and they're all full. But still going, right? Yep, still going. So yeah, this is an extremely fast setup too. It's sort of nice looking, compact, and it's already gotten, I think, more than we need. I don't think I needed 316,000. But we can check. Source gem, singularity. Yeah, it's only 90. So, if I bring up my calculator on my phone, which was supposed to be running a timer so I know how long I've been, and I forgot to start it again. I've never remembered. We need 146,000. So, yeah, we've got more than twice what we need. So this system can also be turned off. Wrap it up, folks. We're done here. So this setup will be gone next episode as well. It was nice knowing you while we were knowing you. Oh yeah, and because I got rid of the water wheels and everything else that was powering this thing, it just has 2 electric motors attached to a chain drive, which is attached to the gear. All I have to do is turn these up to full, and this thing is running at very higher speed. It does take 2. Whoop, I went too far and it broke. Don't take it negative. Unless there's just 1. Alright, there. Stopped. And there are other ways to turn that off, but that was just... I haven't used it since I set it up, so I haven't made it easier to turn on and off. Alright, put away my watches of time. Clean up a few other things. Alright, one more project chest up here. So I've made this room. Moss and some of the archwood, and I did use some of the andesite casing. And I went ahead and using some of the life essence from... It's not life essence, it's the mob crusher makes... It's just called essence. Basically liquid experience from the mob farm down there. And I made some delightful dirt, which you need to make a golden egg, which you feed a chicken this nutritious chicken feed. Whoop, I clicked too many times. So 4 buckets of the essence from the crusher, beetroot, carrot, potato, wheat, and any seed, and you get nutritious chicken feed. You feed it to a chicken, which, you know, I've got eggs and seeds in my system. Throw a couple eggs till you get a chick, and then just hold down a stack of seeds on it and watch its age timer go down. When it gets to 8, you can stop with the seeds. It won't go down any farther. 8 seconds later, you have a full-grown chicken. Hit it with the nutritious feed. It explodes. And you get that golden egg, in which case you hit some grass and you get delightful dirt. And that's why I've got these double doors here, because once I start placing this, we're going to get mobs. And hopefully I can get a whole row here and then fill it in before they walk into the empty space. Yes, you get non-hostile mobs with delightful dirt. And it will slowly grow grass, and when it grows grass, that block of delightful dirt will no longer work until the grass is broken. And what I mainly want are these guys, the Drygmies. Because if you give a Drygmy a horn from a Wilden hunter, I think, toss that out there, one of them will pick it up. Oh, my magnet got it. Turn off my magnet. Which one got it? You got it. He's dancing, and then he disappears and turns into 1 or 2 Drygmy Shards. And that's what we're trying to get here. And this will get far more than we need. Yeah, these guys, they don't see the glass doors. Everybody else ignores the doors unless they're open. Those guys are always, they like stand each other's backs trying to get out. Alright, so I have got a bunch of stuff on me now. Let's get rid of all this. Even the Drygmy Shards. And we'll pick up this stuff. First, dispensers. Why do I have 2 dispensers? Over here in the corners, I've got dispensers, and 3 of them except this one, which I was going to set up with you. And I guess I will just dig my way in here. Well, first let's place the dispenser going up. Get out of the way. And on the back of it, I'm going to place one of these redstone links. And I need some seeds. Seeds and seeds to give it an address. And then click it with an empty hand, or crouch click it, to give it that little white circle around the antenna, which means it's a receiver now. So I can hop out and seal the hole up. And they all have that same setup on them. Yeah, see, these guys just really want to get out of here. They're escape artists. And I've got the other one here, and I'll stick it on the wall right here. Give it the seeds. And alright, we'll do a few other things. Oh, I do need another dispenser, that's right. For the horns. Alright, so let's... I was just playing around with this setup. I don't really need it, but it seemed like it was going to be fun to do. So there's that. I'm going to put the Wilden horns in it. Back out here, and there it is. Put a button on the back of it, and now I can release a horn. Whoop. How'd you guys get that door to open? That was weird. Oh, and I've picked up some Drygmy Shards. I was trying to get in here in time to see it get picked up by one of these guys, but alright, get out of the way. Now, I need to be able to pick those things up, so I'm going to use an ender chest. I guess I must have right-clicked as I came in. So get to about the center of the room. It doesn't have an exact center, it's even. I'll go down here and place an ender chest. Place a item collector and tell it to whitelist the Drygmy Shards. So that's the only thing it will pick up. And we'll pick up the rest of this. Oh yeah, I need to put a bucket of water in this one over here that I just set up. Alright, they all have a bucket of water in them. I thought I closed the doors. No, none of you can leave. Hold still, bunny. No. Close. I broke the floor. Close doors. Alright, over here. Yeah, put it here. I've got a mob slaughter factory. Oh, I thought it had to be placed from the inside. It has to be placed from the outside. So I will do that. Clear space. Alright, and I've got an add-on to increase its range. And it needs some power, so I can put down a gate underneath it. Should be there. We can cover it back up, though. Let's preserve a little window so we can see it. So let's go and get one of these framed stairs and place it like that. White concrete. So now I can still reach into it and see it. And you see it's starting to already get some slime because I gave it power. And I want that slime to go somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is up here, where I can sort of stick something out of the way, I've got an entangled block. Now I'll put the entangled block right there, and it's already, because I set this up before, already entangled, but we can show still how that works. Where's my Entangle binder. So what you do is you crouch right-click the block you want it to entangle, so I can move it to anything. And whatever I've clicked, you will see in there when I click. So I crouch right-click that and regular click right-click that. You see it's now aimed. It's basically this block is pretending to be that block down there. So I can take a fluid trash can, a bit of pipe, place it like that, and output. Now if we come down here and look in, there goes all the pink slime, and I mean I could keep the pink slime, but this thing is not going to be running all the time. In fact, I'm going to make it so it only runs with a redstone signal. And now I'm thinking maybe this hole isn't where I want it to be. Let's break that. Put a regular block there, and instead, we'll place it like this. So now I can see it from in here. But out here it's solid. Because here I want to put a breaker switch, which is just a lever. Just a fancier lever. So we set it so that it will only run with a redstone signal. So if I throw this lever, it'll turn on. But this lever will also power this redstone link, which will cause the dispensers to dispense their water. So the water will break the grass. Flip it. There goes the grass. All the animals get pushed to the center. It doesn't matter if they do or not. But the mob grinder is now running, and it will remove them all. And leave us with some seeds in the middle from, from the broken grass, which I don't really care about. Now we've got to unflip, flip, unflip. The unflip will stop powering the dispensers. The second flip will power them a second time, in which case they will pick up the bucket of water. While they have the empty bucket, they will pick up the water in front of them to have a full bucket. And the mobs will start spawning again. And you can see we've got 2 Drygmies. So, push the button 2 times. And they will run over, pick up the horns, dance around, and the cow is in the way. Look at these guys. They're like stacked like cheerleaders trying to get out. It's so weird. And in this chest we now have Drygmy Shards. And I can go ahead and put this here up on the wall, just so that it's out of the way. And now we have a way to get all the Drygmy Shards we want. And I guess I could use the demagnetization toil so I don't pick up the seeds, but it's not really worth the effort. If I get the seeds, I get the seeds. And just because the animals will be damaged if you pull the lever, I will mark it as such. Alright, so put all this away. So we go in and we'll take a look, and there's 2 Drygmies in the back. So we'll dispense 2 horns. There they go, they're happy, they disappear. Shards get picked up. Now there's no more Drygmies, so we can flush the system. So we get a fresh set that will have more Drygmies. Now I'm using the slaughterhouse here because it was cheaper to make, and I'm just throwing away the fluids. If you want, for some reason, the mob drops, you can swap that for a mob crusher. But yeah, I'm just interested in getting these Drygmy Shards here. And, you know, this is rather overkill. I was just having fun with it, because just in testing I had more than I'll probably ever need. I was thinking, how did you get out? I was going the wrong direction. How did I get in? That's the question. So, how many Drygmy Shards do I have now? I haven't actually counted. I got 60. Yeah, I won't need any more than that. So, again, this is another thing that has outlived its usefulness, but this one I'm going to keep because it's, it's off in its own little spot here. I don't even think it's chunk. No, it is. It is chunk loaded. More or less. What are these? Starbunkles. Where are all these starbunkles? Outside of... just like buried in the stone? I have no idea what's going on there. Alright, I think that is this episode. I think we've done everything we set out to do. We've made the processors here. And plenty of plastic. Oh, I can take this. There's still a lot of stuff in there. But nothing I need to do anything with. So we've got plastic, we've got processors, we've got more than enough hemp, we've got more than enough source gems, and we've got more than enough Drygmy Shards. The only other thing I want to do, is show you, I need to go to that, I've got it on me, a little something with some glowstone, some quartz, some obsidian, and a diamond. Arranged like so. These are the wrong quartz blocks, and my magnet is off. Let's get the right quartz. Quartz, 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 obsidian, 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 and then right-click a diamond on the center. You get soul shard. I'm not sure if I showed these before, but they're pretty straightforward. You have one in your inventory and you kill a mob. Whatever mob you first kill will be tagged on the soul shard. The soul shard will now be zombie, for example, if you killed a zombie. And it will have one kill. It can go up to 1,024 kills. So you'd have to kill 1,024 zombies, unless, this is the soul shards mod, you go ahead and make a vile sword, which is corrupted ingots, which is pretty straightforward materials to make, cook some soul sand and easily make this up, make the sword, and it has, it doesn't show an enchantment, but it has the property that is similar to an enchantment, where you get more than one kill count per kill. But you can enchant it even more, and oddly enough, that doesn't show up in the mod here, but there is an enchantment. Actually, none of the enchantment books are showing up. There's an enchantment called Life Stealer, I think. Let me see, I've got my sword here. Soul Stealer. Yeah, I went ahead and only got up to Soul Stealer 2, and then I said, that's good enough. Sweeping Edge, Sharpness 4, Unbreaking 3. And you just start killing mobs. And I went ahead over here, and I had my spawner in there set to the wither skeletons, and so I just killed a lot of wither skeletons. And now somewhere, I've got a shard. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, over here. Here it is. It is a tier 5, so I killed 1,024... Well, I got 1,024 points for killing wither skeletons. And then I made this soul cage, which is some more of this corrupted ingots. Now, what's in there right now are the wild and hunters. I went out and I guess I need to show that too. DNA. Swabs. Make some swabs, they're pretty cheap. 2 wool, stick, you make a swab. Right-click a mob with it, and it gets the little green blob on the end. So I went and did that to a hunter. And you can use that with a bucket of essence and some seeds, and you get GM chicken feed, which, just like the stuff we use to make the delightful dirt, you click on a chicken, the chicken explodes and gives you a mob egg. Take a mob egg and click it on any spawner, and it converts that spawner to generating that mob. So that is a vanilla spawner that I've changed, using one of those eggs, to a Wilden Hunter. And that lets me get plenty of the horns. Far more than I need, as is the way I play. So now I can go ahead and take that out, because, this is very slow. I have to be standing nearby for them to spawn, and you don't get many, and yeah, it's okay, but it's not amazing. And to make sure this is going to work right, I'm going to break the dirt. Then I'm going to cardboard box it. There we go. So I made the soul cage. I'll place it up here. There we go. And then with this, not this soul sharks, it's blank. This one for wither skeletons. That's tier 5. Oh, and I should get a lever or another one of those breakers. I like those breakers. There needs to be more themed levers in modded Minecraft. Alright, so I'm going to click around it with the shard, and yeah, it worked. It just pulled the other one. I'm going to power it just to stop it for the moment, because I think it just made a bunch of wither skeletons. But with it powered, it's off. And I guess I'm going to have to put a block down here underneath it, so turn it back on, and can I place a block there so it's dark. Actually, I don't think it needs to be dark anymore. Each tier, so as you kill more and more, it goes from tier 0 up to tier 5. And tier 5 is the top, and it sort of makes it so that it doesn't need you to be nearby. You get a lot more. It doesn't care about light. Look at that. I think I've got some speed. I've got a speed. These are called Addons. I've got some of the extra processing tier and efficiencies. Yeah, let's whack it with all these. There, now I can keep up. Oh, but this... yeah, I'm going to have to do something about its contents. Because it's now going to completely fill up with stuff. Actually, no, I want to stop this. I don't want this one to be doing the killing, because one thing it does not get are these things, the mob souls. And I need the mob souls, which is why I got this thing over here. So, with this off and this off, I'm going to turn on the fans. I should set up a wireless so I don't have to run around and do it. But I haven't really used it much. Alright, so now I'm going to turn off my magnet so I don't have to pick up all this stuff. Oh, I need some storage expansions here. Functional storage, 93. I'm going to have to add those to my links. I'm just going to whack all these with a full set of 4 upgrades. I know some of them don't need it, but... oh. It's locked. I just told it to switch. There. Alright. I don't need to do the top row. These are the only things they should be producing, except, that was... I actually made Wildens, a spawner for Wildens. I forget what the regular one is. What does it say? Wilden Stalkers. But those don't drop the horns, they drop the bat wings. So I had to make this one, which is dropped from the Wilden Pack Hunters. Anyway, this should now be making us mob souls. Yeah, there it goes. A little at a time. And how many of these do we need for their So 1628 times 45, 73,200. It's called 74,000. I should place a sign. Do I have a sign in here? I do. So 74K. So it'll take a while, but that's why I wanted to set it up with you guys so I can now leave it running. And this will run even if I'm not online. I don't have to be nearby. It'll just keep going. I suppose I could put some watches. No. Avoid the temptation. That one can just run and do it in its own time. All right. The temptation for speed is extreme. That is definitely it for this episode. I have no idea how long this one is. If it's too long, I'm sorry. I don't know if people care too much about the length, because you can always pause and come back. YouTube remembers. Petbridge Farm remembers. Probably nobody remembers that. This is Nonsanity, signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.